I'm Sery, and welcome to my book space. In this video, I thought I would do a little mini wrap up of all of my favorite thrillers that I have read in the year 2024 so far. I have never actually read the genre until this year because I just never really thought that I would like the genre or enjoy it very much, and that was a very wrong misconception that I had because thrillers are now in my top three favorite books to read because they are very entertaining and this makes for just such a fun, exciting, thrilling story, hence the name. I have always loved like Law and Order episodes and true crime podcasts, so it's only a matter of time before I picked up a thriller. This year, the very first book that I read in the thriller genre was none other than A Good Girl's Guide by Holly Jackson. Book one in the series has got to be my favorite thriller, hands down, that I have ever read. It had me on the edge of my seat. It had me wanting more, and I could not get enough. For those of you who have not heard of it, it centers around high school student Pip, who starts investigating the disappearance and supposed murder of fellow student Andy Bell from 5 years prior. Police were awful quick to point the finger at her then boyfriend at the time, Sal Singh. But then, after he is no longer in the picture, it seemed like a cold case. That was all sealed up and ready to go. But something didn't sit right with Pip. She knew something didn't sound like it all added up, as she knew both Sal and Andy at the time, and she could not see how Sal could commit such a horrid crime. So she embarks on her very own investigation into this cold case with none other than the brother of Sal, Ravi Singh, helping her along. There is twists and turns at every corner, and you will absolutely love this one if you're ready for a good YA thriller that doesn't get very, very dark, but yet there is mature themes because it is a thriller, of course. But I highly recommend it if you think that is something that you would enjoy. The next thriller that I read was Everyone Loved Her by Cassie Bowen. When 33-year-old Beth, who is a lawyer, is forced to return back to her family ranch after the death of her father, she is thrown into a town mystery. She supposedly was the last person to see her friend alive, so she's just as desperate as everyone else to find out what really happened and what really went down. I loved this book. It was actually such a really good thriller. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know who was going to be guilty. And I love it when you can't figure out the plot of a thriller or who the guilty party is. It just makes it so much more fun and entertaining because you're actually literally on the edge of your seat trying to find out what happened. And so then when I got to the end, I was just like, what? It was such a good story, such a good read, and I loved it so, so much. I had the opportunity to arc read this one. It was so, so much fun, and I really did enjoy it. Then I found out that there is also a second book on the way that is coming out next year, and I cannot wait because it's centered around my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters from the first book in the series. So please do check that out, as Cassie Bowen is an indie author, but she wrote an incredible, incredible thriller. I also just recently read and reviewed her Christmas book, and it was so, so good as well. So you can check my Instagram for the details on that if you're ready for another holiday read. The next book that I read was A Kiss to Wake by Mimi Gunn. This one is book one in the Marta Loop mystery series. We follow Louise and Gregory, who used to be old flames. Louise was attacked by an unknown assailant 3 years prior when Detective Gregory Band reaches out to see if she would be up to revisiting her case in hopes of connecting leads to an ongoing investigation of a local murder in his community. There was a lot of things with this book that I just absolutely loved, and it actually started out in a really, really like creepy, eerie setting, which I hadn't actually read before, and so that was very different, and it was very well done, and it made for a very interesting read. And so it's only natural that, of course, it's going to have a creepy setting or an eerie feeling because it's a thriller, and it lasts throughout the entire book. I absolutely love this book. I cannot wait for the second one in the series to come out. I am so excited for you guys to pick this up if you haven't already. If you're looking for a spicy mystery read that will have you deeply, deeply invested, please give this one a read. Mimi, you are an incredible writer, and I cannot wait for your next book. The other thriller that I'd like to mention is The Champagne Toast by Leah Orr. This is a psychological thriller that takes place at none other than a wedding. Our main characters are Misty and Rowan, who I absolutely love. And you find out through the book that they are harboring deep family secrets. Family loyalty is tested in crazy ways, and it just makes for an overall entertaining read. I could not have expected the way things happened and what actually was the plot. It was so much fun and so insane. Like, it was very unexpected, a very fun read, and I love the side characters as well, Marilyn and Scratch. And I love seeing all four of them together, and I love the chemistry between Misty and Rowan, and it was just overall such a fun, exciting, crazy read. And I also had the opportunity to ARC read that one as well. The author kindly sent me a gifted copy. I actually was so happy to get it, and I loved that story so much. I actually have the paperback right beside me on my bookshelf in my little art section. It is so good. I loved it so much. And she even signed my copy, which had me on cloud nine. I was so happy to get this in the mail, and I ate this book up. So please do check out The Champagne Toast by Leah Orr if you're ready for a psychological thriller that takes place at a wedding with some romance, twisted family drama, and everything in between included. It was incredible. Well, I think that wraps up my thrillers that I'd like to mention. I do have a couple more lined up to read before the end of the year is up, but these are my favorite thriller reads of 2024 so far. And I hope you guys found some recommendations that seemed entertaining and that you might like to check out for yourselves. If you do, please comment and let me know. I would love to see what you thought. I recently just uploaded another episode to my podcast, Sery's Book Space, which will be linked in the description box down below. It also goes into these thrillers. I also hinted at some stuff that is coming that I cannot actually announce yet, but I am so excited to share it with you guys once I can. If you want to be kept up to date on everything, please follow me on Instagram at Sery's Book Space. All my socials and affiliate codes will be linked in the description box below and on my page. That way you will be the first to know when something exciting is happening. I also post on TikTok quite a lot, but Instagram is my main primary posting community, but I do love TikTok as well and do share a lot of book reviews and everything over there. And so I also chose my very first book for what I do on my podcast. I have an indie book space spotlight. For the book space spotlight, I choose an indie read, no matter the topic of the episode, that I think everyone needs to give a chance and give a read. Book that I think is really great, I loved, and I hope to spread more awareness for indie authors. As you guys know, that is one of the main reasons why I started a YouTube channel and podcast in the first place, is because I love supporting indie authors so much. So please give my podcast a listen, the second episode, if you want to see what indie read I chose for my very first book space spotlight. And I have had some technical difficulties, sadly, and my whole entire internet went out at my house. So for other interviews that I had scheduled, I am having to reschedule, and we'll hope to get those episodes to you guys very soon. And once they start coming and I start uploading them, I will make a whole playlist on my YouTube channel called Bookspace Chatter, and you can find all the other interviews, book bestie interviews, chat, all that at one place at a click of the button. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking my videos, commenting. I love connecting with you all so much, and I can't wait to keep posting more and talking to you guys. Can't wait to see you next time. And yeah, I hope you're having a great week. Bye.